pretty much everything from soup to nuts from fraud, as well as the oversight as we've discussed today. But one particular area that I think Senator Banks just touched on and Colonel Gade touched on are the DBQs.
I know you guys are going to be mad at this one, but what if I told you that a VA staffer approved tens of thousands of veteran disability claims, often in minutes, without even reading the paperwork? That's exactly what the Watchdog found. Over 85,000 claims, a massive error rate, and millions in improper payments. Let's break it down. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Military Insider Show. Thank you so much for your support. All right, the Department of Veteran Affairs in Philadelphia Regional Benefits Office is under fire after an Office of Inspector General report revealed a senior veteran service representative of VSR approved approximately 85,300 claims from 2022 to 2024, a rate 19 times the national average. Even more shocking, this employee authorized claims at nearly 84% error rate. The question now is, what happened to veterans whose claims were on the rubber stamped, and how did this happen? This is something very, very delicate within the VA department, because on my last video, I was talking about a senator that wanted to oversee the actual approval, the claim process, and they want to bring Congress into the VA to see what's going on within the department, because there's been a lot of quote unquote fraud within the VA, and they are trying to fix it, I guess. I guess they're trying to fix it. So let's take a look at the report from Military Times. It said VA staffer accused of blindly approving over 85,000 disability claims. This is something very interesting, because I remember on my last video, I have a member that wrote a comment saying that he's been waiting over 10 years after, I think he separated maybe mid-2000s, and he's still waiting for a disability claim about something about his knee or legs or something like that. I can't remember. But now you got VA employees approving disability claims without even reading the paperwork. But we're talking about over 85,000 claims. So what happened to those veterans? Let's continue reading this report. Let's see what we got here. All right. Veterans' disability benefits claims were blindly rubber stamped by a senior veteran service representative VSR at the Philadelphia VA Regional Benefits Office for years, resulting in an estimated $2.2 million in improper payment, a government watchdog report has found. All right, a hotline tip made about the employee resulted in an investigation which found they were approving payment at a high volume without even opening or reading attached documents. So you're telling me that someone made a hotline tip, and they started the investigation. So this guy apparently was approving claims without even reading the documents. So can you imagine if you serve over 10, 15, 20 years, and then you're working hand to hand with the VSR, quote unquote, they are the one that's supposed to help the veteran out. And let's say the majority of them are good people. There are good VSRs. But then some of those VSR decline your disability claims for years. And now you got this guy approving claims without even reading without reading the attachment, the documents. Do you think someone is paying him or her? Do you think there's something that we don't know that is occurring behind doors? Let me know in the comments. What do you guys think? Let's continue reading. The errors caused by the federal worker included improper payments to veterans, violations of regulations that could affect veterans' benefit, and procedural deficiencies, the report found. The blind approval occurred from at least fiscal year 2022 through 2024, when the employee was found to have authorized about 85,000 300 claims, 19 times the national average, and at an 84% error rate. As a senior VSR, the employee was responsible for final review and approval of veteran benefits claims awards, a complex task demanding thoroughness to ensure that claim information is correct and veterans receive appropriate benefits. Let me know in the comments what you guys think so far. Okay, I want to read you guys all. Let's continue on. However, it was common knowledge within the office that the employee was not actually working. The Office of Inspector General revealed. In some cases, the employee took only about 3 minutes between making each approval. According to the report, as early as October 2023, the Northeast District Director was on record noting it is not physically possible to do many authorization and perform the real functions of the job. While it was known that the employee was firing off approval at slapdash speed, the individual was backed strongly by supervisors in the regional office who shielded them from being held accountable. So are you telling me that the supervisor knew about this? Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me read that again. I think I read. Hold on. While it was known that the employee was firing off approval at a slapdash speed, the individual was backed strongly by supervisors in the regional office who shielded them from being held accountable. So you're telling me the supervisors knew about this? And then you got veterans waiting for claims for over 10 years? And you got people approving claims in 2-3 minutes without reading the paperwork? Come on, man, something got to give here. Philadelphia VA regional office leaders were aware of the senior VSR unusually high authorization rate, and the Northeast District Director raised concern about it multiple times, the OIG report noted. The result was the veterans' disability benefit claims were processed incorrectly and taxpayer dollars were dispensed haphazardly due to negligence and disregard. You have to be kidding me. The report notes that in 6 months, from January 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2024, the employee approved about 15,600 benefit decisions. Taking a closer look at 32 of them, investigation found that 27 contained errors, the majority of which were due to the employee simply ignoring the necessary functions of their job. One of these decisions with errors, the senior VSR did not open any document before authorizing the decision, the OIG report stated. The team identified errors that involve incorrect entitlements determinations, not identifying benefits claimed by the veteran, and procedural deficiencies. The full magnitude of the incorrectly disbursed payment has not been assessed, with $2.2 million being only a current estimate. The report states that the Veterans Benefit Administration is working to correct the errors by year's end. So they're looking into correct the errors by year's end. And this report was, I want to say late September. Yeah, September 29. And you're telling me they're trying to correct the errors. What's going to happen to those veterans that submitted their claims and they are within those 85,000 that they were incorrectly approved? So they were approved, they're receiving payment. Now they're going to pedal back and get their payments. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I mean, we have a lot of veterans out there still submitting claims after years and still don't get it approved, even when they are showing proper documentation, and they still giving them a hard time to approve their claims. What's going on in the VA? Who's going to fix this? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for your support. Make sure you hit that like, you hit that subscribe button. I'm going to keep monitoring VA reports. I'm going to keep bringing this to you so we can have at least an open conversation, open discussion to what's going on at the VA. Thank you so much for your support, and we'll see you on the next one. Stay safe.